You likely remember this.
It's Wolverine! Are they making... They're making... Oh! What?
Please leave.
But if you don't, here's the gist you will want to know. Insomniac Games have made 2 games you had to hear of. Even played more than likely, or at least seen footage of, the Spider-Man games. Or to be more precise, because, well, that's needed for this oddly specific genre of games, the Marvel Spider-Man games. And while I have not played any of the other wide variety of previous installments, Insomniac has made these 2 games specifically desirable from 3 important aspects: the video game trifecta, graphics, the gameplay, and the story. Now, if you want me to talk about the gameplay and why Insomniac has made a big step for Spider-Man games, there is a video on this channel about that already. To your relief, I'm also not gonna talk about Insomniac's graphics. I would rate them at solid 9 out of 10 if I was a review channel, which I'm fucking not. And I'm also not going to talk about the story. No, you know what the title of this video is. You know where this is going. And if you just sat there through this intro, let me personally applaud your mental fortitude. A few weeks ago I had an idea. All I know about the Wolverine game, beside all the rumors,
I had a lot of questions. I'm sure you had a lot of questions.
is that Insomniac has not let me down yet. And they were always on point with their character and story delivery. That's not my craven.
I've been in your shadow for hours, but you sense nothing. Pathetic.
There you go. I trust the Wolverine game will be a great addition to my personal experience, which I actually have, don't I? I've played a Wolverine game before, but when? This game is released in 2009, so if my math is correct, I had an Xbox 360. That means at the time I had to play it on Xbox. Yes, there was a May 1st, 2009 X-Men Origins demo in the store and I have played it on my Xbox 360 Elite. And today, 14 years later, I have come back for the whole thing. Also, here's a fun fact. This game is basically impossible to legally play today. You can't buy it on any platform, and the physical copies are non-existent, which basically just meant for me that I will... Also, you didn't want me to stream, so you get this shitty Wolverine video instead.
Am I a joke to you?
So let's get to it. This song takes me back. Holy shit. Yeah, I'm putting that in the background now. X-Men Origins Wolverine opens with Logan's monologue.
I'm the best there is at what I do. At least the people still living after I'm done doing it say that.
And the 2009 face graphics in all of its glory. You may wonder why are people trying to hunt down a man who can't die to bullets with bullets, but you don't because you're enjoying violence. This sequence also serves as an introduction to Logan's iconic superpower, regrowing clothes. Will my shirt be back now? Oh yeah, it's back. It's time for Africa. Here we meet Victor, Ryan Reynolds, and the guy that can teleport. Just watch this movie if you don't get my jokes, alright? Our helicopter soon gets shot down and we get what I like to call the greatest video game introduction of 21st century. Good luck topping this off, Insomniac.
My left arm.
After disabling a few limbs of a few Africans, I can't believe I wrote that sentence. Logan learns a move I will from now on graciously call the frog jump. The frog jump is a staple of Wolverine. Just look at it, little frog ass. This god move has the ultimate advantage of completely bypassing the gameplay portion of this game. After some quality leaping, we level up and regenerate our tank top. But let's check up on the story. In this part we are looking for our crew. Remember those guys?
You smell nervous.
Better than how you smell.
And as we all know, the average Wolverine's brain is. And in line with this canon, Logan leaps onto a fully functioning aircraft, politely pulls the pilot out. Seeing as the windshield was broken, Logan deemed the airborne vehicular machine unsafe and jumped off until it calms down. After the African government witnessed Logan's prowess for safety, they have sent their best man, the Machete Champion, to help him master the knife dual-wielding secrets. Both of them misunderstood the assignment. And the champion caught fire. Finally, getting out of the caves, we encounter a long rope bridge, strangely in use by men who don't seem to mind the gap in the middle. And despite the fact you turn around and completely stop their attempt at fixing the bridge, soon enough we realize the point was, just like in life, to run away from the problem, not to fix it. Dude, what are these pants made of? From here we take an Uber through this gate, find a lost Easter egg. This is the most on-nose reference. It has its own rune in the level. Then ask politely the unnamed soldier number 76 for some crypto advice and rapidly press C.
I bet you thought you were lucky.
Logan, still alive after a helicopter crash. Why am I not surprised?
Does he not know I'm like immortal? On my way out of this cave, I've learned how to dodge, an ability that I will never use again. Why does this gate take so long to fall back down? We then meet the second boss, the Leviathan. Famously known as the large aquatic creature, but that's in real life. This is Marvel, you idiot.
I do not need a 40-year-old white dude to tell me what didn't work for
So according to the Marvel lore, in MCU they are the big floating whales, and in the comics they are a Soviet-based terrorist organization. What? Then we fight the Leviathan, which is the first creature that figured out Logan's true weakness. And that left me no choice but to tear his head off. Nobody can know. Catching one of the Baywatch boats has led to some understandable inter-boat jumping. And of course more violence.
What the hell are you waiting for, huh? Come on, let's do this!
Once reunited with our brother, we get a flashback ripped straight out of the movie.
Oh, why don't you enlighten me?
The moon had a lover.
Why is the moon so lonely?
Why?
Because she used to have a lover.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of that in this game, by the way. Unlike the movie, the fight sequence in the game has been much more one-sided until the plot armor kicked in.
Let's take this outside.
To cut it short, Logan's GF got deaded.
You're okay, you're okay.
No, Logan, she isn't.
Striker dude promised us metal claws, and bam, you're in a glass bathtub. And more jumping. To escape this facility, the Weapon X facility, you are the Weapon X. And don't worry, in case you didn't see the cult classic, and also you are completely contextually inept, the game also spells it out for you.
Weapon X. Logan.
Holy shit, that was subtle. Soon after leaving the bathroom, another man with sword joins us, but this time he doesn't catch fire.
Genetically engineered to kill guys like you.
And it's a white, so that's an upgrade, clearly.
Are you the best they got?
Attention all squads. The experimented augmentation lab.
Then, much sooner than you would think, no really, I skipped like 7 minutes of gameplay. We get another character.
You even blink and you're dead.
It is now that I slowly realized that maybe the signature move has been structurally compromised. Oh yeah, and this big fuck is Wendigo. In case you're wondering what in the Resident Evil 3 remake bullshit is that, the Wendigo is supposedly a cursed person that eats Canadians. How specific. But don't worry, because even the X-Men wiki page just gives up on the origin of this thing. And I know this is just dumb, but the game actually spells the name with a 0 at the end. Like, I can't even tell if that's intentional. Oh, and this walking, talking exposition is Dr. Carol Frost.
As an insurance policy against you escaping, Stryker had you injected with a bioenzyme. It just activated and destroyed your regeneration and feral senses.
Who also appears in the movie, and I really don't care. Anyway, she promises to get our shared regeneration abilities back, and I can't imagine why would Logan have any trust issues whatsoever, so we just go along with it.
You're safe now.
The fuck I am. Before leaving the voluntary entrapment, we need to get back our 2 abilities. Regeneration and feral sense. That's basically the eagle eye from Assassin's Creed. Until we get those, we need to be very careful. I've died 8 times on this level, until I've realized you can move this thing. After finishing this original level, we finally get our abilities back, and of course just in time for a group of commandos to ambush us. As we recover from the lead infection,
Hey, somebody take my picture.
and once done leaping on the staff,
Best they got.
Jesus Christ, there's body parts on the floor. We get a stylish helmet that I was kind of hoping we get to wear until the end of this level at least. Meet a new adversary, guy shooting rockets, and immediately learn how to dodge rockets.
Who are you?
Oh, I forgot to mention, the doctor asked us to rescue a child teleporter mutant,
There's a little girl locked up in this sector who needs help too. Take her with you.
Come on, I don't have time to play babysitter.
which was guarded by a rocket launcher. Dude, imagine she sneaks out one day and this guy just fucking blows her up. So, meet
Anna.
the teleporter.
I moved us, if that's what you mean.
Shut the fuck up, Anna! The child teleports us. She also gets briefly kidnapped by this dude with a coat. Is this still abduction if she's already in prison? Then we find her, she teleports us somewhere else, but then she's too tired, so she just fucks off.
I need to rest.
Don't worry about it, kid.
This brings us at the end of the facility level, the sewer, or spillway. We manage to fight off multiple men until Stryker decides to flush. Enter Africa. Again. We came back for the classics. There's more traps in here this time around. I like this one because it fixes your camera on this door, which means I can't really see anything with this angle. Like, what am I supposed to do? Oh, there's... Armed with this knowledge, I can escape again, meeting the machete champion. No wait, wrong slide. See, this one's different. I actually really like this level because at some point you think you are solving a puzzle, but really there is one more enemy you don't know about. It's the hunter. And I must say, so far he was the most dangerous individual I've encountered. The progress then rapidly halts as we enter the puzzle phase of this level. And once the puzzle is complete, it's time for the game to pick up the momentum again. Any moment now. Alright, finally we quickly chop up some men of culture. The Africans. I just got tired of saying that. Logan finally finds what he was searching the continent for. A rope that could hold him. Just like we all do. That was nice talking to you guys. We can keep climbing until we basically reach the top. The top of a tall mountain that holds all the 3 African news channels Logan was tasked by the African government to disable. Then why are the soldiers trying to prevent me from doing so, you ask? Well, joke's on you, these are actually Brazilians. Soon as the channels are successfully disabled, we are free to jump back down. Coming back from the nap to realize we are yet to escape the opposite of Africa. Fight off another Wendigo.
Deploying Wendigo prototype.
Let it escape, fight it again. This time wrap it around a tree, or through it. Wait, I can do better than that. Seeing how easy Logan gets through the security, the commandos have decided for another ambush. And they almost had him until one of them farted. Luckily, beside the invisibility, these guys also have snowmobiles, and if that doesn't work... Logan can't drive anything to completion. At some point, we ran out of woods and break into another facility. Now is as good time as any to mention that this game has a specific enemy just to make you hate this game. But it also gives you an ability to literally drill through them. You do that enough times and they start running back inside. Some say if you turn off the music, you can still hear him to this day. After hacking through enough enemies and getting over a bridge, under a bridge, a chopper will start doing a thing that makes you lose health.
We are engaging target. Preparing to fire.
Luckily, it also shoots rockets.
Bring it in nice and easy. I got him in my sights.
So we shoot rockets at it, and up next is my least favorite part of the game. 2 Wendigos. I actually don't mind them as enemies, but the assholes are literally ready for my one move. Anyway, after dealing with the meatheads, we meet Agent Zero.
Hey, Logan. It's Nord. Good to see you.
Curiously though, he's never really introduced in the game, and you either just assume who it is based on your rich knowledge, or Google it like me. Just a quick editor's side note, it's this guy from the movie, and I don't know why, but I don't remember him ever having a sniper rifle.
Come on, Logan. Your girlfriend's dead. You got nothing to live for. Why not give up?
I will pause here. This small part of the level is actually the most unique I have seen, so I wanted to give props for that. Beside that, there is nothing extra to speak of. More slashing, some more Wendigos on the roof, and then big finale taking down choppers. And Sniper Boy with them.
You ever notice good people tend to die around you?
This indicating the end of Reverse Africa level. It doesn't even take 10 minutes and we get another flashback.
You gotta be kidding me.
Africa again? I'm running out of songs.
Could have stayed out of my way.
It's in Africa we meet the Asari from Mass Effect. And just like every other alien invasion, this one can be too defeated by parrying its attacks perfectly. It doesn't take long until we leave Africa again, this time breaking inside a StarCraft base. Two things happen here. We have to fight a Transformer and free Wraith. With the help of Raven, who is the sole cause of our flashbacks from now on, and frankly it's starting to get old. Luckily for you, I will spare you the transitions. Back in Africa, Logan is being ordered to kill Raven. He ends up not doing that, so Wraith does it. Except he doesn't really, which means, obviously, Raven has a little avatar baby with him.
That's my son you're carrying in there.
Okay, with that out of the way, let's talk Optimus Prime. First order of business is the factory where the little gearhead lives.
Oh my god. They did it. They built it.
What did they build?
A weapon designed to detect and terminate mutants. This is the Mark I Sentinel.
We use its hand laser to shoot up the place. Also there is lots of portal puzzles which seem just unnecessary. We need this guy's hand for unlocking a door.
Does that metal run through your entire body?
Now, why don't you come down here and find out?
Get back, freak! You're nothing more than an animal that should be terminated!
Then what are you waiting for? Shoot me!
And he just left him there, bro, what the fuck? Once we get all the things in the right place, the bot gets up and tries to step on us repeatedly, despite the fact that we know it has a laser. To defeat it, you have to get rid of its feet. Then, logically, it's going to start smashing the ground with its hands. Funniest part about this boss is that once it doesn't have the feet and hands anymore, it just tries to fly away. Like, where are you going, mate? Are you going to space or just land yourself on an African school? Like, what? Following a sequence of free fall with the goal of destroying its engines, even though it's already falling. Like, I understand where is this game coming from, but what difference did it make that we killed the jets? It's already falling down. To end the fight, here's the scene that made this game so famous at the time. So you remember when I said there's a lot of parts in this game that is just copy and paste from the movie? Yeah, so the next boss is Blob. All we need from him is to get another name, Gambit.
Guards called him Gambit.
I would love to say there is anything of note about this fight, but we have a lot more game to do. We are running about 25 minutes in the video now, and I've started noticing my editing software to lag a bit. So I've decided to cut off the parts that you won't see anyway, and it turns out you can actually walk away from a lot of fights in this game.
You're not leaving here alive.
Getting tired yet?
Is this all you can do?
Give me your best shot.
Gonna be a pleasure killing you.
You think you can take me?
Show me what you got.
I'm gonna enjoy killing you.
Gonna be a pleasure killing you.
Getting tired yet?
Is this all you can do?
Give me your best shot.
You're not leaving here alive.
Slowly and painfully we track down Gambit. So far the most annoying of them all, which was a gimmick in the movie and the comics, but in the game it really just makes you throw the monitor through a window. Once defeated, Logan and Cartman do what was completely doable 30 minutes of gameplay ago.
Why'd you save me?
You're no good to me dead.
They talk.
They must have wronged you pretty bad.
It's a long story.
Good. It's a long trip to the island.
You would think this is where the game finally gets us closer to the island, but you keep forgetting. Once again, skipping the whole hack and slash part, a cutscene follows ripped straight from the movie. Logan has a moment of clarity and decides that a man with tied up hands is automatically a civilian, even though he totally had a gun in his hands up until now, and goes against his own team in order to save one guy with a hole in his back. Like I said at the start, the final curtain lifts and we arrive at the island. Now I will say this again just to clarify, but pretty much everything in this game's story is what happens in the movie, minus the end credit scene. So either if you watched the movie before, you will know what I'm talking about, and if you haven't watched the movie, then this is basically direct spoilers for the ending. Let's go! At the island we break into, well, there is a room with a chair you are about to sit in. Striker's here and he will tell us that our GF is actually not dead.
They gave me a syringe full of hydrochlorothiazide. Reduces the heartbeat to almost 0.
She's got the mutant gift of telehypnosis, the ability to influence people through physical contact.
And that this was his plan all along. Upon hearing this without any additional information or any questions asked, Logan assumes the emo position on the chair and wears suspiciously same looking helmet as the one that helped us recover the senses. The gist is that Logan's memory will be deleted, so that he doesn't have to remember all the terrible lies. Then Victor slaps our not GF and Logan loses his marbles. We fight Victor, we win the fight, but our not GF is there just in time to tell us that she actually is our GF.
And I didn't trick you into loving me!
I know saying GF is annoying to you, as it is to me, but I can't remember her name. So she actually loves us all along, but Striker has her sister now, so we are in love again. Bro, the pace of this storytelling is so fucked. Now that we made up, the Deadpool arrives. No, the other one. See, the biggest controversy of this movie was that at the time, it was fine for the creative freedom to take a scenic route from a cliff. Which meant that Deadpool in this little Marvel bubble was a guy with a bunch of different abilities. like regenerating or teleporting. He also has one big sword instead of the claws, and can shoot Cyclops lasers. This boss battle was pretty fun. It lets you actually frog jump onto him, even though it doesn't really do anything. The only actual way to win this is to dodge his attacks perfectly and then cut his head off. Again, pretty much exactly in line with the movie. Something I found a little amusing after this fight was that once you defeat Wade, there is a cutscene where Logan seemingly jumps off the exhaust thing and then talks to Victor. But after this, there is another cutscene showing Logan sort of falling out and tired or hurt. I really think that this was the cutscene straight after jumping off the thing, and they just kinda pushed the Victor dialogue in between. Anyway, on the ground we reunite with the GF again, even though she was supposed to free her sister, about which we never hear again. She then gets shot, and so does Logan. He loses his memory and she fucking walks into water. What the fuck? And I really tried to find something to justify this and I couldn't find anything. Her powers do not justify this. Searching about it just gives me nothing. The only way I can explain this is that she's dying, although she's just going to float once she's dead, so yeah. That really concludes the story. Now for the after credit scene, we go back to the timeline from the very beginning of the game, chained down by a man who have built the robot we destroyed.
When you destroyed my Sentinel, you forced me to rethink my assumptions about robotics and prosthetics. Bah!
The hell you talking about, bub?
I'd heard you took an adamantium round through your thick skull. Guess you don't remember. Pity. I plan on doing some very bad things to you. So much better if you remembered why. Guards! Guards!
You sure as hell didn't work out like we planned, but that doesn't mean giving up. This world may be broken, but I've got just the tools to fix it.
I think I had fun. Obvious thing out of the way first, but I think most of you realized that this game had some heavy inspiration from the old school God of War. And now I'm not just talking about the hack and slash style, it's more specific, the way the puzzles work and a lot of the mechanics, which I'm a fan of. I don't mind the old school God of War. Wolverine actually has a lot of fun moments. There is a bunch of different ways to kill people out of locations and variety. For a game created to boost movie ticket sales, this is an impressive game. I wouldn't really like to rate the game, but I do think that if you try it, you will have a buttload of fun. I hope Insomniac will make their game bloody, the proper way at least, as much as this game did. It really is the personality of Logan's character to have buckets of blood, gore and limb cutting. I can't end the video without plugging my Twitter again. It's the only other platform I'm at, so here it is. And I appreciate everyone who watched the video up to the end, it really helps me. And that's everything from me. You have yourself a nice ride to the dentist. See ya.